So today we're making some f f focaccia. I think that's right. Anyway, for reasons. Fun fact though, I am very skilled at making very dense bread. I have no clear idea why or what I do during the baking process that makes all my bread turn out so dense, even when it's freaking ciabatta and it has the holes it's supposed to. But it's a thing. Also, I've literally never had focaccia before in my life, but my sister, who has a smidge more experience, claims that this is a less oily version than normal, which I am fine with because my stomach does weird, gross things when I eat really oily food that I will not go into detail about here because this is a cooking video and it's weird and gross. Anyway, onto the actual subject at hand. You'll need 1 1/3 cups warm water, 2 teaspoons sugar or honey, I used sugar this time, 7 grams active dry yeast. And so, funny story, the package of yeast that I found tucked away in a corner of the spice cabinet has the best before date of the 9th of August, 1997. It's fine, of course, it's yeast, so it's just kind of hilarious. I'm baking with yeast older than I am. 3 1/2 cups all-purpose flour, 1/4 cup extra virgin olive oil, plus more for drizzling, quote-unquote. It doesn't really count as drizzling, trust me. 2 teaspoons flaked sea salt. I just used regular coarse sea salt, it was fine. 2 sprigs fresh rosemary, didn't have that, but dried worked out quite nicely too. And finally, more sea salt. Add the salt and the warm water plus the yeast to a bowl and let the yeast dissolve for a bit. Then, if, like me, you're using a stand mixer, set it to low speed and gradually add the flour, olive oil, and salt. Increase the speed and mix until you're satisfied. If the dough is too sticky, as in it's not coming loose from the sides of the bowl, add an extra 1/4 cup flour. Remove the dough from the mixing bowl and shape it into a ball. Also, grease either the bowl you've already been using or a different one to let it rise in. Set the dough ball in the bowl and cover it. The recipe says to leave it somewhere warm, and while technically I didn't do anything extra, I still followed this step because it's so damn hot. Everywhere is somewhere warm right now. Anyway, let it rise for 45 to 60 minutes. Once that's over, preheat the oven to 205 degrees Celsius and roll the dough out onto a floured surface. Roll it into either a large circle or square. This is also where you decide how thick you want your bread. Once you're happy, cover the dough again and let it sit for another 20 minutes. Then transfer it onto a baking sheet and poke holes in it, like serious down to the baking tray holes. Then pour on oil and add the rosemary and the sea salt. Bake for 20 minutes, or until it's sufficiently browned, and once it's out of the oven, pour on even more oil. And this is a less oily variant. Anyway, enjoy!